This is the Military Warrior Project in Santa Rosa. There's a question as to whether the foundation's even going to want to use this one. I don't know if somebody's actually seen it or not for a number of reasons. First of all, the neighborhood isn't exactly the, nicest neighborhood. We've done a lot of these projects and they've all been really pretty nice, at least as far as location's concerned. You have a fully occupied home that's boarded up, partially boarded up over there. There are certain code violations here. Of course, we don't have the FHA report on this just yet, but just to sort of give you an idea, this is another one of the exact same floor plan. Of course, you see the garages over on that side, which would have been here. Now this one's around the back. First thing that came to mind is a very interesting armored cable 220 that's just going into the subfloor area, schmutzed up as it went into the panel. Where, why, and I'm not sure. I have an idea. So we come around here. Look how narrow this is. I do believe there's a code to that. This is all just highly modified. This work is brickwork for these walls are interesting to say the least. But they're done in a pretty decent, for the most part. You see, not all the bricks used were the exact same size. And you have, I'm hoping these are all low voltage wiring. There's no power to them at this point. Now, let's let the iris adjust. This has been scabbed on. And it's been scabbed on with OSB to the rafter tails. It just doesn't look right. The exterior is in very poor condition. Now somebody's done a whole lot of mishmash concrete work over here. That right there is a city storm drain, which most likely will make this an easement. Check it out. Just gotta do that walk around on the exterior. This part of Sonoma County, strangeness is the norm, but there are certain things that just don't make sense. This elevation here, I mean, look at this. You got concrete brought up that is partially, now note that used to be the dryer vent, and I'll point that out on the inside of the garage. So this has been brought up, and that means that there's vents. There are vents here to the subfloor that have been covered up. I mean, this isn't to code. That landing's not to code. You have an air conditioning unit that's just been cut into the wall. For the sake of continuity, I'm going to walk around and come in the front door. And this looks like original structure. I thought this... Yeah, well, that's interesting. The roof is shot. Excuse me. Nice hose bib. Okay, ready for this? Ta-da! Very creative crown molding work. Look at that. All of these flooring would have to come off. All of the moldings, all of it. And these aren't really that big of a deal. Take a look at those cabinets. And there's probably a 3-inch drop, maybe more, probably more of a 4-inch drop from over there to over there. coming in for landing. Cabinets can be salvaged for the most part. All of this backing, everything has to come off the walls. Of course, new appliances. That's the least of our worries. The pocket door here, it appears they forgot they were going to do the tile work. So, yeah, top pocket door doesn't close. And I don't suppose this even has to be a door. We can take this out and just mold it right here. This can just be an opening that doesn't need a door here. The thermostat is missing altogether. I looked it up on Zillow. It shows it as a 3-bedroom, 3-bath. These cabinets are all shot. Everything is broken. The toilet is actually broken and it's been leaking. Shot. The shower enclosure is fine. Skylight. But this would all have to be replaced. Obviously the carpet that used to be there. And you can see the drop where they just sort of called it all good. Now, let me save the best for last. Let's crown molding that's been, instead of angled with the 45s, it's been just flat nailed. What is this? There's a swollen spot right there about 2 inches up, and I just noticed it because I stepped on it. And it's really spongy. Really, really spongy. What was going on here? Lisa, step on this. Check it out. Go stand right there. See what you see.
I already felt it.
You did?
Yeah.
Notice how it just comes up?
Yeah.
So all these tiles have to be stripped. This has to be replaced. The shower surround is fine, it can stay. Toilet has to be replaced. And here's the part that gets real interesting. And of course you've got there are no screens anywhere. Least of our worries. Here's where it gets kind of interesting. So you walk into a closet from the garage. Yeah, and look at this. This thing is 30 inches wide. Here's your garage door rail. This is obviously not original. That is quite possibly the 220 that was ran here somehow. Obviously had some water leaks, mold. This needs to be vented to the outside. It isn't. Ooh, there's a hole there. The HVAC cover unit, the unit cover is off. There's some wires here that are cut. I'm guessing they were venting. There was a dryer there and they were venting that right there, which is highly against code because of course the dryer will pressurize that, keep that from flowing, and the CO2 will back into the house. And if you look at that water heater, this is the dryer vent to the outside. That's the foundation vent that is partially covered, and that's the foundation vent that is completely covered. Wow. So, if that was the original dryer vent, where this is a regular hollow door. It's not fire rated. Anyway, that's it for now.